She's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time anyway.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's...
What? Speak, man.
She's badly, been attacked. They took her to Vulmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable.
Oh my
Beg your
god.
pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No.
Oh.
A friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
Her neck
Concussion,
is...
cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
Yeah, genius. This was no robbery. Her neck is pierced. She's gonna be somebody doesn't want her to sing anymore. This shit. Actually. This is intriguing.
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not. It was the act of a demented mind, and not its first.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Oh ho 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 ho.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him. And kill him.
Kill him?
Don't need any convincing.
Ah,
Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues.
Oh yes.
No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Finally! Something exciting is happening. Putting yourself in danger. I don't know. Are we putting ourselves in danger? I'm just intrigued. The only thing Dandelion owes me is that money. I'm doing this for myself.
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
Why?
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up.
Geralt!
Especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
What do you know?
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morningstar, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
Actually, it looked like he had a number or something. Or letters carved into him. Let's go.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers.
Oh.
Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
What?
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued.
Very much so.
I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Is it?
Thanks.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I lead. Oh! Finally we get to open that.
Preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took matters into my own hands.
At no charge. You damned idealists, ruining the market for us.
Agreed, Geralt. Agreed. So this guy is a good Samaritan now, is he? Which sign do I have? Okay. We're probably gonna have to deal with drowners, because it's always...
Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Drowners, drowners, drowners. It's always about them creatures.
Excellent fool.
Oh well. Can he die? Oh! Wait a second. Yes? Can he die? No, right? He can't die. Oh, there's more? Oh. Hey, drowners. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is a very tiny space to be trapped into.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Bad.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Oh, yeah. There is no loot down here. That was kinda personal for an aggression now, wasn't it? Like, I'll burn your throat and you will never sing again. Friggin' God. Horrible. But intriguing. Oh no.
Take the ladder.
I hope this guy isn't trapping me. It's a trap.
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Thank you for the giveaway there. Game. Ruining my sport. Wait, I'm not gonna touch any door, I'm just gonna follow him. I can't see anything! Huh. Oh.
Looks like necrophages got to this one.
Oh my god.
Human. Wrong body type.
Yeah, fine, we are searching for this dwarf. I was just curious. How many rooms are there? So much stuff. Wrong. Woman. This guy is a doctor. The guy with me, I mean. Portrayal of the elder races. Ah. Somebody made it cozy in here. That's it. Dwarf?
That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Yeah, alright, but boobs must be. Okay.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely.
Sure. How do you know that? He could also be this one. I don't know.
Calluses on the fingers.
A noble.
Sawdust in the beard. Clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Nah.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Oh. This reminds me so much to that nice quest in The Witcher 1. That whole part with the investigation was really nice. And there were different ways to get to the end of it, so... I don't know how this one will be, but yeah, this is such a nice... I feel so bad. Such a nice... how do you say it? Evolution for the quest I was doing before. Let's start from the beginning. Actually, let's start from here.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses.
Yeah.
So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Wait, what was that about the scorching?
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace?
Okay, could be.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
Oh. So... That's actually very interesting. Because... yeah, did you notice the eyes?
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out.
Yeah, you don't say.
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems, very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
How did Priscilla actually escape from somebody that had already caught her, made her ingest something? I mean, if he got there to make her ingest something, she was probably tied up. I don't...
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
Yes. Oh?
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Are we going the Jack the Ripper route even here? You know, every single game that usually has an investigation, that it's accessory, it's just a side quest, it's like in Skyrim, they always do the Jack the Ripper thing where the culprit is the doctor or a doctor, or I mean it's always the same. Oh. Yeah, whoever did stuff to this guy knew what he was doing. I mean, to perform a tracheotomy, you have to know what you're doing, right? Also, formaldehyde. I don't know how you pronounce that. Even this doctor himself, this guy here, Joachim, confirms that it is a medical novelty, so very few people would have that, because it's not diffuse. It's not something everybody can find quickly available everywhere. It's a novelty. So only people who would know how to use it or who would have the money to procure it would have it. And the formaldehyde, I don't know, is used, that I know, especially with embalming and preserving also. When you see those jars that have body parts inside or animals that are preserved for centuries, that's formaldehyde, I think. I could be wrong, but I would have to verify. But anyway, so we just because of the formaldehyde, we have a very precise set of people who could do this. It's pretty clear.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
Yeah, well, I
I'd
suppose.
expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Oh my god, Geralt.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Oh my
Some
god.
other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
Okay.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies.
My
We
God.
surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Don't worry.
And a different sense of humor.
Geralt! I actually got this guy. Genitals, yeah.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
Just do it. Just do it.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
So this guy is starting a little bit to look like Jack the Ripper, but not exactly. But anyway, this guy was probably going around places where ladies are. So that would that could say something.
All right. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please.
Oh,
because
no.
I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
I cannot conclude this quickly, but maybe you could say something to him to see his reaction. This was a punishment. This was a punishment. So do I share or I do not share? Who cares?
Sure of one thing. This was punishment.
Even the witch hunters don't engage in this kind of torture. What sin could possibly merit it?
Only the murderer knows that. And it's the key to finding him. Or her. It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Or her?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You're so chill. We just got in here. These two guys know each other and we are all chill.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
That was not weird at all, that exchange.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting.
Uh-huh.
He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it.
There?
But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Everybody's chill.
Why do you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
That was weird. I mean, he, I don't remember his name already, the other doctor, the coroner, he did a good thing there. He turned the situation around very quickly. Nathaniel, right.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue.
Okay.
Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women.
Oh.
Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
He's a priest.
Dream job.
I'm sorry, Nathaniel is the last person that we met, okay? I don't remember the name of the other the coroner, but it's not Nathaniel. Nathaniel is the other, the priest, whatever. For a brief period of time, I've mistaken Chapelle for Dudu, so it can happen. Names... They're so not my thing. Okay. Could have told me you know the coroner. Why?
Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
Why?
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
I decide when we're done with this subject. What's your connection to him?
An old story, but if you insist. The student protests in 1242, you've heard of them? I led them. Hubert, however, denounced me to the authorities.
Hubert.
I landed in prison. There you have it. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
I'll keep an eye on them both. Hello. Yeah, I was laughing before because this guard was there looking at us. Yeah. Carnal sings my ass. Thank you for that spoiler, alright. But yeah, we might have a mix here in between Jack the Ripper and the Seven. What are we doing first? Investigate the alley. Yeah. By the way, they moved the body of the dwarf before anybody could get there. Well, what am I talking about? I mean, come on. We're playing a game, Brain. Don't be idiotic.
Sick. Sick of it.
That guy, the other guy, was a torturer. But wouldn't that be a little bit obvious? It's here? Oh, the alley, it's behind there. Well, that guy is a torturer that goes in and out of the morgue, so he could find formaldehyde wherever he would want. But I could suspect Hubert, right? And Joachim as well? Or maybe somebody else at all, but...
Awful